Hello, lovely YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in once again to the Book to Write channel. And I wanted to talk to you about a book that is so momentous, such a momentous book in its challenge to convention, but also in its search for meaning across so many spheres of interest to me that I almost don't even know where to begin. And I'm talking about an novel by Minae Mizumura, and I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering the pronunciation of that name, a Japanese author. And the interesting thing about the title, an novel, I don't know if you've actually heard of the genre novel, which is a Japanese genre, essentially male authors writing about themselves in a autobiographical novel that is called an novel, obviously talking about me, I. Minae Mizumura turns so many conventions on their heads with this book because, of course, she is not a male writer, but also the book is essentially an immigrant novel, but it's almost an immigrant novel in reverse. And the reason that I say that is that usually immigrant novels are about people who have immigrated to a country and they're trying to assimilate with their new country's culture while still trying to retain a sense of themselves and their own identity and their own heritage. That is happening here to a certain extent, but in fact the book takes place of the protagonist writing a letter, exchanging phone calls with her sister, and she's in New York and looking to move back to Japan and write a book in her own language. And I just wanted to read part of one of the reviews from the back of the book. At its heart, an novel is deep meditation on the writer's internal life, on straddling cultures, and wanting to be at once authentic and original. Exploding the conventions of a long-established literary form, Mizumura's novel is a landmark in contemporary Japanese literature, finally brought to English-language readers by Juliet Winter's Carpenter's titanic feat of translation. Of course, the book is translated into English, otherwise stupid people like me would not be able to read it. And then I just want to read a very brief passage from within the book, page 291. Perhaps as an American, she was prisoner of an ideology that placed freedom above all else. American settlers had left the fences of the old world in search of freedom, making it imperative for them to accept loneliness as a basic condition of life. And reading that, I almost fell out of my chair, and I almost fall out of my chair reading it again now, because I can relate to it so much. And I think an novel, like many things in life, is beautiful and sad. And it's sad in the sense that it is a lot about loneliness, someone who's very alone in America as an immigrant. The whole book is written over the period of one day and this series of phone calls, but of course it reflects on many events that have taken place over a period of time and about this sense of loneliness and isolation, and with this desire to do something that was considered almost unacceptable, which was to return and then write a book in Japanese. And I think that every lover of literature should read Minae Mizumura's An Eye novel.